Home prices in Edmonton just pulled back from their peak, but at the same time, more homes actually sold in June than any other month this year. So what's really going on? If you're thinking about buying or selling in the Greater Edmonton area, or you're just curious where this market is headed, stick around, because the June numbers tell a really interesting story. Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. Every month, we break down the latest residential statistics from the REALTORS Association of Edmonton so you can make smarter real estate decisions without digging through spreadsheets yourself. Today, we're covering June 2026, sales, prices, inventory, days on market, and what it all means for you, whether you're a buyer, a seller, or just watching from the sidelines. Quick favor before we dive in, hit that subscribe button and tap the bell so you never miss a monthly update. All right, let's get into it. Let's start with the headline numbers. In June, the Greater Edmonton Area recorded 2,746 sales. That's up 7.5% from May, making June look like the peak month for sales activity this year. Now, before we celebrate, compared to June of last year, sales are actually down about 4%. So the market is busy, but not quite as busy as 2025. On the supply side, we saw 4,475 new listings hit the market. That's a small dip of 3.6% from May. But here's the thing, it's still 10% more new listings than a year ago. And year to date, around 22,000 new listings have come to market in 2026. Sellers have been showing up in a big way this year. So picture this, sales are climbing month over month, but listings have been flooding in for months. What does that create? Choice, a lot of choice for buyers. And that brings us to the most important number of the month, inventory. There are now 8,072 homes sitting on the market across the Greater Edmonton area. That's up about 3% from May, and get this, 22% higher than June of last year. That works out to 2.9 months of inventory. In plain English, if no new homes were listed starting today, it would take almost 3 months to sell everything currently available. Now, 2.9 months still technically leans toward a seller's market, but the trend is what matters. Inventory has been climbing in the double digits over last year, month after month. Even the association's board chair, Darlene Reed, pointed out that June's strong sales simply weren't enough to keep up with growing inventory. Her takeaway? This year's market is set up to give buyers plenty of choice and availability. Okay, the number everyone's waiting for. Prices. The average selling price across all residential properties came in at about $483,600 in June. That's a pullback of 1.6% from May, when prices peaked at just over $490,000. But zoom out, and that average price is still 4.1% higher than a year ago. So no, the sky is not falling. This looks more like a market catching its breath after a spring run-up. One more lens on prices, the MLS Home Price Index benchmark, which tracks the price of a typical home and smooths out the effect of luxury sales skewing the average, sat at about $431,300. That's nearly flat from May and down about 2% from last June. So depending on how you measure it, prices are either slightly up year over year or slightly down. Either way, the takeaway is the same. Price growth has cooled. Now, the market isn't one market, so let's break it down by property type because they're all telling different stories. Detached homes averaged about $593,000, down almost 2% from May, but still up 3.3% from last year. Sales rose 6% month over month, and interestingly, new detached listings dropped 10% from May. Fewer new single-family homes coming to market could keep this segment competitive. Semi-detached homes were the quiet performer. Prices edged up slightly to around $435,000, and sales rose about 7% from May, actually up 5% over last year too. Row and townhouses averaged just over $303,000, down about 2% both monthly and yearly. But here's the surprise, sales jumped 17% from May. Buyers are clearly hunting for value in this segment. And the plot twist of the month, apartment condos. While everything else pulled back, condo prices rose 6.4% in a single month to about $219,000. Sales were up 5.5% too. Affordability is pulling buyers toward the entry-level end of the market. One last signal, days on market. The average home took 36 days to sell in June, compared to 31 days a year ago. Detached homes took 33 days, townhouses 37, and condos were the slowest at 47 days. Homes are taking about a week longer to sell than last year. Not dramatic, but it confirms the trend. Buyers have more options, so they're taking their time. So here's the June story in one sentence: strong sales, softening prices, and rising inventory. A market slowly tilting toward balance. If you're a buyer, this is the most choice you've had in a while. More listings, more negotiating room, less pressure to rush. If you're a seller, you can still do well. Prices are up year over year, but pricing correctly and presenting your home well matters more now than it did 6 months ago. The days of any listing flying off the shelf are cooling off. And that's your June 2026 Edmonton market update. Now I want to hear from you. Drop a comment below. Are you seeing more for sale signs in your neighborhood? Buyers, are you feeling less pressure out there? Let's talk in the comments. If you found this breakdown helpful, do me a quick favor. Smash that like button. It genuinely helps this video reach more Edmontonians. Subscribe and hit the bell so you catch next month's update the moment it drops. And if you're seriously thinking about buying or selling this year, the link in the description will get you in touch/connect you with a local realtor who can walk you through your specific situation. Because averages are great, but your street, your property, and your timing are what actually matter. All the official stats from the REALTORS Association of Edmonton are also linked below if you want to dig into the full report yourself. Thanks for watching. I'll see you in July's update. Take care.